Now, I'm not much of a horror movie guy, but you don't have to be really into the horror movies to know who Freddy Krueger is. Friday the 13th. He's the guy with the bad hat and the ugly face and a really scary hand. And there's always this one image I've had of Freddy Krueger, which is, some promo for one of the Friday the 13th movies, where he's finally dead and buried. He's in the grave. And you see this Freddy Krueger hand at the end of the movie coming through the dirt in the grave. I was like, can you ever kill this guy? I mean, can you ever put him down? And I've talked about this before. That's a mindset you got to have when you own a business. Market's bad, interest rates are high, news is negative, all kinds of stuff like that. You got to have that Freddy Krueger mindset. And I've demonstrated it throughout my life. And it's not blind confidence, but it's just, it's like, okay, it's strapped on. Like, I know what I'm doing. I believe in what I'm doing, and I'm going to pursue it to the end, no matter what. We're going to be hard to kill. The great Walter Payton, a Hall of Fame football player, his coach used to tell him, finish off your runs. Be hard to kill. Be hard to stop. And that's the key. Not easy. And I just see so many people today just give up. The first sign of trouble, the first difficulty, the first challenges, they just give up. And I just see this all the time. And it's not. It's you got to have that mindset. That's a great example would be going into the Great Recession of 2007, which lasted in the real estate space from 2007 till 2011/12. We were the largest coaching company. We had 400 employees. And when we went into that, we had a lot of knockoff organizations like we do today. We had 27 coaching businesses just in the real estate space at the time. And when this thing came down, like it was devastating. And not only was there a worldwide economic meltdown, but it was centered in real estate. And as the center of real estate, and we only focused on the real estate industry 15 years ago, we were at the center of the storm. And yeah, we had to lay off a lot of staff. And yes, I had to sell a bunch of assets. And yes, it was very difficult. And yes, there was sleepless nights. And yes, there were little doubts that crept in and so on and so forth. But for me, my mindset was, we're going to be like Freddy Krueger. And they're going to keep throwing dirt in our face. We're going to keep coming up out of the grave. Like, there was no quit in our mindset. There was just no quit. And because of that, when we came out the other side, all of our competitors were gone. We were kind of last person standing. And because of that, we were able to rebuild our organization, rebuild our product line, learned a lot from it, and then build a dominant position in the market share. And that set up the foundation, not only become the largest coaching company in real estate and lending, but now to branch out beyond. And now we have all these small business owners in all these other industries beyond real estate. And so it was that Freddy Krueger mindset. And I would just say, when you have that, whether it's the big decisions, whether the small decisions, it's just like, hey, I'm not going down easy. And so here's a couple of thoughts when you think about the Freddy Krueger principles. First of all, find the source. Find the source. M. Scott Peck, who wrote The Road Less Traveled, said self-examination is the key to insight, which is the key to wisdom. Socrates said the unexamined life is not worth living. And a Spanish author, Baltasar Gracian, said self-reflection is the school of wisdom. So when you go through these tough times, you have these challenges, you have these setbacks, you make these mistakes, maybe you make a poor decision, it's not the end of the world. It's find the source. And you got to do some reflection. Where was I? What went into the decision? Not, I'm not going to do anything like that again. Og Mandino used to say, about the cat that jumped on a hot stove, he never jumped on a hot stove again. But he never jumped on a cold one either. The fact is, everyone in life is going to make a decision that they regret. The goal is to just not make them cataclysmic decisions. And so you're going to make some decisions. Some of them are going to be better than others. You get a chance to reflect and learn from them all. So you want to find that source. The second thing you want to find is learn your triggers. What sets off your self-doubt? What really creates the chain of events that goes from a thought to an idea to a statement to the rotisserizing in your mind of doubt upon doubt upon doubt upon doubt. You're not. You won't. It's not going to work out. You always. That stuff. So we have to find out what the triggers are. And the definition of a trigger is to cause an intense and usually negative emotional reaction. So the first thing is, okay, I am triggered right now. Why am I triggered? The second thing is we have to understand where we're going with these triggers, right? So Neil Gaiman said, we each have our triggers, things that wait for us in the dark. A wonderful anonymous quote says, your triggers are your teachers. And it can be. Like, okay, I'm triggered right now, so my emotions are on high. Guess what? I go right back to the fear. No, I need to find the source. Okay, I'm triggered right now. Why? And then ultimately, the third part of this Freddy Krueger piece is to find your motivation, okay? Which is ultimately the opposite of a trigger is finding your true north motivation, okay? What is it that is going to be, your decision that you're going to say, I'm going to be comfortable with this no matter what? Thanks for watching. If you want more tips on how to think, feel, and do better, check out these videos too. Oh, by the way, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave us a like if you enjoyed the content.